You know that feeling. It sits in the center of your chest like a cold weight. Not the kind of panic that makes you scream, the quiet kind. The kind where you realize you are no longer the one making decisions in your own life. You look at your phone. The notification says, minimum payment due, $85. You pay it. The notification disappears. And for one fleeting moment, you feel like you solved the problem. You didn't. You just paid a subscription fee to stay a servant to a high-interest master. And here's what nobody tells you. That $85 wasn't a solution. It was a leash designed by people who understand your brain better than you do and built specifically to keep you exactly where you are. Today, we're pulling apart the machine, the trap that keeps you in credit card debt, how it was engineered, why it works on smart people, and how to finally flip the switch. Stay with me. Because by the end of this, you're going to see your own financial life completely differently. The anchor effect, how they hack your brain. The first layer of the trap has nothing to do with money. It's psychology. When you open your credit card statement, here's what you see. A big number, maybe $6,400, and right next to it, in clean, friendly font, a small number, $95. Your minimum payment. Your brain, already exhausted from making thousands of micro decisions today, locks on to the smaller number instantly. Psychologists call this anchoring, and the credit card companies have known about it for decades. They aren't being helpful by showing you that $95. They are using your own neurochemistry against you. That small number bypasses the part of your brain that feels financial pain. So instead of reacting to a $6,400 problem, you react to a $95 inconvenience. You feel like you're handling it. You're not. Here's the actual math. A $6,000 balance at 24% interest, paid only at the minimum, takes over 20 years to clear. And by the end, you've paid back more in interest than you ever spent in the first place. You didn't buy stuff. You bought a permanent subtraction from your future freedom. Meet Marcus, the high earner mirage. Now, let's talk about someone you probably know. Maybe it's someone you work with. Maybe, if you're honest, it's a version of you. Meet Marcus. He's 34, senior project manager, $145,000 a year. To everyone around him, Marcus is crushing it. He lives in a sleek downtown loft. He wears a $400 watch. He drives a luxury sedan, base model, small engine, 0 upgrades, but the logo does the heavy lifting. Marcus doesn't talk about debt. He talks about his point strategy. He'll spend 20 minutes explaining how he's hacking the system with his rewards card, booking a $3,000 trip to Tulum on miles. But here is the math Marcus never talks about out loud. He carries $12,000 across 3 cards. His fixed costs, rent, car lease, debt payments eat 75% of his take-home pay. If he loses his job today, he has roughly 14 days before his life starts collapsing. Marcus isn't wealthy. Marcus is financially fragile. He stays in a high-stress role he hates because he is financially indentured to his own lifestyle. He works 60 hours a week to fund an image while his actual net worth sits at 0. He is a function of the machine, not the architect. And the scary part? His income is not the problem. His income is actually the trap because it's just high enough to keep him comfortable enough to never change. The Diderot effect. Why one purchase is never one purchase. Here's the mechanism underneath all of it. The reason Marcus keeps swiping. The reason you keep swiping. It's called the Diderot effect. You pick up a new hobby, cycling, photography, home cooking, you buy the starter gear, but then the shoes don't match the bike. The lens doesn't fit the bag. The pan set doesn't match the new cutting board. Every purchase creates a gravitational pull toward 5 more. This is a consumption cascade, and it never ends on its own. You have to choose to end it. Here's what minimalists understand that most people don't. Every object has a second cost. It's not just the price tag. It's the storage, the maintenance, the mental energy to manage and worry about it, and most critically, the opportunity cost of what that money could have become. That $2,000 camera setup isn't $2,000. If that money had gone into a total market index fund, it could have grown to $15,000 over 15 years. You didn't buy a camera. You traded roughly a year of eventual retirement for a piece of electronics that will be obsolete in 3 years. Every one more thing is a vote against your future self. The $10,000 escape velocity. Here's why most people never actually get out. It's not discipline. It's not willpower. It's that they never reach what I call a escape velocity. When you have zero savings, every unexpected expense is a crisis. Car repair, crisis. Medical copay, crisis. You put it on the card, the balance goes up. The minimum payment goes up. You have less room to save, so the next expense will also be a crisis. It's a closed loop, and it is designed to keep you at zero. But when you fight, grind, and say no to the restaurant, to the Amazon cart, to the one more thing until you hit $10,000, something changes at a neurological level. A $600 alternator replacement stops being a catastrophe and becomes a mild inconvenience. That shift from panic to annoyance frees up mental energy that was previously consumed by financial fear. And that mental energy is exactly what you need to start building. Here's the comparison that should stop you cold. The person with $10,000 saved on a $45,000 salary is actually more powerful than Marcus with his $145,000 and zero in the bank. Why? Because the saver has optionality. They can walk away from a toxic boss. They can take a risk on something new. They can say no. Marcus can't do any of that. He's a prisoner of his own credit limit. $10,000 doesn't just change your bank account, it changes who you are inside a negotiation. The boring wealth action plan. You want out? Here's the honest truth. The exit is unsexy. It's repetitive, and it works. The 24-hour friction rule. The machine wants you to spend before you think. One-click ordering exists to remove every moment of hesitation. So reintroduce it deliberately. Delete the shopping apps. Remove your saved card info. If you want something, you wait 24 hours, then type all 16 digits manually. That 30 seconds of inconvenience kills roughly 70% of impulse purchases. Cost per use. Before anything hits your cart, run the math. A $300 suit worn once is $300 per use. A $300 mattress used every night for 10 years is 8 cents per use. Only move money toward high utility assets. Live 2 years behind your income. When a raise comes, don't upgrade the apartment. Don't upgrade the car. Stay exactly where you are and bank the difference. This is how the wealth gap is created, quietly, while everyone around you is drowning in lifestyle. The replacement test. Look at whatever's in your cart and ask, if this disappeared tomorrow, would I spend my own cash to replace it? If the answer is no, you're buying dopamine, not utility. Pay yourself first. Stop saving what's left over. There is never anything left over. Automate your savings to leave your account the morning after payday. If you never see the money, you will not spend it. It's that simple. The 2 paths. Every person reading this is on one of 2 paths right now. Path A, the function. You earn a good income and immediately return it to banks and corporations through leases, subscriptions, and interest. You spend decades doing Sunday night math in the dark, wondering where the money went. You are a component in someone else's machine. Path B, the architect. You understand that real wealth is built on a single, repeated refusal. The refusal to subtract. You invest in assets that work while you sleep. You look boring in your 30s so you can be free in your 50s. You stop asking the machine for permission. Credit card debt is the invisible hand shaping every major decision you make. Where you work. How long you stay, how much risk you're allowed to take, how loud you can say no. It is time to take back your permission slip. The goal was never to look rich. The goal is to be rich. And the first step is finally understanding that the minimum payment is the most expensive thing you will ever buy. Go open your bank app right now, look at that number, and decide today that the Sunday night math ends here. I'm CashCraft Daily. We'll see you in the next one.